Hey everybody, let's go back to the event quest. We're going to take a look at the Geki Kyoku quest for this series, and that features another one of the Tokugawa clan. This time it is Tsunayoshi. Tsunayoshi is the Tsunayoshi should be number 5. The only reason why I remember that is that famous comedian group in Japan, Banana Man, they have a radio show and they do a parody song quite often, and one of those was they listed the order of the Tokugawa clan in order. So really liked that song, and then it just stuck, so I remember that. Anyways, for this quest, you're gonna have to keep in mind two things. The weak point will do extra damage if you hit it, and grabbing a sword will do much more damage than usual. So if you can get both weak point and the sword, just imagine how much damage you can do here. I think we'll see Uri do some major damage that way. And of course, party I have here is Uriel Transcended in her Heaven form, Pandora Ascended, Harley Transcended, and Nobunaga Transcended. So this is a pretty OP set of monsters here, but hey, for Geki Kyoku, we're gonna put out all of the stops for sure. Now, if you take down the knights, as you can see on the top and the bottom of this stage, they will guarantee a sword drop. You also want to focus down the Spectre on the right, because he will, actually we'll probably see it shortly. I think it's this attack. Yep. As you can see, he will put up that shield barrier around Tsunayoshi. And only Tsunayoshi will ever get that barrier, so don't worry about the minions picking that up. But if you don't remember how this works, Pierce types will be severely slowed down if they go through that barrier, but bounce types just need to do enough damage to break it so that you can actually deal damage to Tsunayoshi. Now, it doesn't mean no damage will go through. Something like Pandora's Bum Combo, for example, it will just pierce through that barrier and do the normal amount of damage that it would have when it hits Tsunayoshi. But again, slowing down your pierce monsters is definitely not ideal, and of course the damage gets absorbed, so you have to waste a few turns. But this party, everybody has very strong benefits here. As you can see, Nobunaga there, her bomb combo that slices at the weakest and the nearest. There's a good chance that it will hit the weak point along the way. Of course, Harley, since she herself has weak point slayer, so that plus the weak point bonus on this stage, plus if she gets a sword, and if you use her strike shot, that does even more on the weak point. Like, you could probably, I don't know, you could skip a lot of bars, I would feel like, if you had the perfect situation. And of course, Pandora with her ridiculous bomb combo can basically hit anything, and if you get that right path, you can just deal so much damage to the weak point there. Let's see, I mean, look at Nobunaga, so good. And of course, since Uri's a Pierce type, you can just access the weak point, no problem. And as you saw, the Triceratops dude here, he did fire off that poison mist, so if you do end up bringing some dupes, you could be in for a lot of hurt. Looks like it did upwards of like 16k damage, so definitely looks like they are giving you the hint to not bring dupes to this stage. Alright, we're to the boss stage, 25 turns for the speed clear here. Again, take out the Spectre before he if you can take him out quick, then you don't have to worry about that shield barrier, but taking out the knights will give your monsters that sword opportunity, and I mean, without that, you're just not going to deal any damage to Tsunayoshi. And of course, we took down the minions on the bottom right just because they would be completely in the way. They of course were nicely set up in a pinchable position, so if you can access them that way, ideal. And don't forget that this shield, the purple shield, actually has a pretty wide hitbox, so it's a little bit bigger than you would probably think. So make sure you take that for some allowance as well. And yep, there we go. We broke it, so now hopefully we can take it easy. But yeah, neither Pandora or Uri has that sword, so the amount of damage they're doing is pretty limited. Like we had that one shot on the weak point there, so I mean that's what we want to see. And Pandora got a few shots in with her bump combo, I think. I'm not sure why I didn't go a little bit more horizontal with Harley there, but and I don't know, I mean there was a lot of chunky damage there, right? Like was it, I think that was Pandora's bump combo. I'm not sure. Hard to tell, but yeah, making sure that your powerful monsters have the sword is pretty important. So if you're gonna rely on their bump combo for like Pandora or Nobunaga, you want to make sure that the right monsters have the sword. Like Harley is nice, of course, if she has the well, actually, no, is her Slayer on her main or gauge? I'm not sure. Let's see. But anyways, you're pretty guaranteed that at least with Pandora, if you can at least access her, you should be able to pull her bump combo, and eventually it should hit the weak point somehow, right? So you can do some damage that way. Whereas Nobunaga, you're always guaranteed to hit the weakest and the closest, so eventually the boss is going to be one of those. So making sure she has the well, I guess in that example, since the weak point was on the other side, didn't really get that much damage in, unfortunately. Alright, so we're just gonna mess around here a little bit. And the number on the top left, again, pulsing, so we don't want to see what that is, right? So strike shot. Yeah, 6 million damage, that's pretty darn good. I've got 9 turns until speed clear, so I think that's still doable, especially since we have Uri and Pandora's strike shot ready to go. And alright, looks like maybe I'm gonna wait for some swords to pop out. Got lucky taking out the Spectre right away, so now we won't have to worry about that shield coming into play. And, wonder why I did not strike shot. Maybe I wanted more monsters to have a sword. Gonna try to go for a pinch here. Pick up the sword. Weak point. And yeah, I got in there. Probably not as much damage as I thought it would do. It looks like it wasn't a clean hit to the weak point, so maybe that's why it wasn't as awesome as I thought it would be. But 3 strike shot. Ooh, so looks like Harley got a clean hit on top, which is great. And Pandora strike shot. We're just gonna go into the weak point there. There you go. And by the way, yes, Harley's weak point Slayer is on her main, so her bump combo also benefits from that. But again, if you're not on the right side of the weak point, you're just gonna hit, you know, the boss. So, a little bit risky there. So anyways, there you go. That was Tokugawa Tsunayoshi. I guess to end it, I'll just try and remember it from where. So Ieyasu the first, and then Hidetada is the second one. Iemitsu, Tsunayoshi, and then I have to remember the song then. Ienobu, Ietsugu, Yoshimune, Ieshige, Ieharu. Right? And then Ienari, Ieyoshi, Iesada, Iemochi, and the last one is Yoshinobu. Yeah! Anyways, that's it for Tokugawa Tsunayoshi. And I believe that is it for all of the new events. So after that, we got all of the Eva collab events. Now, a bunch of them are older ones. There is one new one with Misato. So um, I'll probably throw up some of those videos in the coming days as well. So until then, thanks for watching, and bye bye.